everyone, welcome to CircleTalks, Asia's first wellness show by CircleDNA. Today I'm super excited because I have on the show today my good friend Melody and founder of vegan brand EatDrinkMomo. Personally, I was so excited when her products launched because I love their all-natural vegan almond milk as well as almond butter, and I really wanted to sit down and talk to Melody today to find out why she started this brand.
So after I moved back from New York, I actually found it difficult to find plant-based, delicious products locally that's made locally. And the stuff that you find in the supermarket, like the nut milks, the butters, are usually filled with preservatives, additives, and different flavorings. So with that difficulty, I started experimenting at home. And that's why, after more than 6 months, then here we are. We have a nut butter range and a vegan milk range.
Were you always vegan when you were living abroad, or?
No, I've been always health conscious. I think I always knew I was lactose intolerant because I would feel very bloated. I knew I couldn't digest it. But it was really after doing several tests and working with a nutritionist that I found out I was highly sensitive to lactose, and I completely switched to plant-based milk.
Wow, and you made that change when you were abroad or in Hong Kong?
No, I made that change in Hong Kong actually. Yeah.
Right, so it sounds like you went through a bit of a frustrating process, right? Coming back and realizing like, oh, I don't really feel that great, but yet finding out that the options you were looking for aren't available in the market, and that's why you started this brand.
So there was actually a very long backstory to how I started this brand. So it has to do with my transition into being a yoga teacher, doing my training, and living a more conscious and mindful life. And in yoga, actually, there's a term for that lifestyle. It's called a sattvic lifestyle. It just means being more mindful, living authentically, and being more aware and conscious about what you intake and what you interact with. Because everything is we live with a whole ecosystem in our body or around us, right? So you need to be aware. And so I started with nutrition, and that means eating a lot of plant-based and whole foods, avoiding a lot of processed and sugary stuff that doesn't make my body feel good, and also being more mindful in terms of centering yourself through meditation and pranayama, which is breath work. And with that, I felt a lot better after working with a nutritionist as well. And I was really inspired by my journey, and I wanted to share this part with more people. And so now we have a brand.
That's so awesome. So tell us exactly what goes into this drink.
So this one, we have a few ingredients. We have filtered water, we have almonds. We use 30% almonds from California, and we sweeten it with medjool dates and a little bit of sunflower lecithin, which helps bind the oil and the water together as a natural emulsifier.
And how about your butters? Where are they, by the way?
Oh, they're here. We have 4 right now. And so this one is our signature 100% almonds. So there's nothing added. It's just 100% almonds. And this one is actually one of our best seller. It's Mandarin almond butter. This used to be a limited edition run, but people loved it so much. So we made it into a permanent product. And this one is our newest launch. This is our version of Nutella, because I love Nutella, but there's so many bad ingredients in Nutella, such as like palm oil, and you don't want that stuff. So we made
Save the rainforest.
We made this with only 3 ingredients. And the last one we have is pistachio and cashew, and I'm a huge pistachio lover as well. So we have a range for everyone. I think you love the pistachio.
Yes. I personally have tried the original and the pistachio, and they're both so good. It's so creamy, so packed with protein, and it just goes so well on anything like a toast. But I would also love for you to tell our audience, how can people incorporate vegan products more in their day-to-day life?
I think there is a misconception that people think adding vegan products in your life is actually a bit difficult, but it's actually very simple. I think as we become more international, like our diets, such as everyone loves plant-based milk these days, and that is actually already vegan. Your nut butter, they're vegan. A lot of people eat salads for lunch, and that is already vegan. I think just knowing that you can very easily incorporate plant-based good protein in your diet, like such as soy, tempeh. It can be, there's so many things that has protein as well.
Because you get a lot of really great nutrients from these plant-based products, right?
Right.
For example, is it omega-3 or?
There are so many. Well, you get
vitamins.
You get different vitamins. You get your micronutrients, which is like magnesium, potassium, and all of that. But those are actually harder to get, and I personally take supplements to incorporate that into my daily life. Yeah.
Do you know what are some of the common nutrient deficiencies that people have?
Yeah, so I've been working with a nutritionist and a functional medicine doctor actually. So I'm not an expert, but I know that personally, after different tests, magnesium, potassium, iron, calcium, vitamin D are very, very common. And I feel like especially for women, iodine. Iodine is very, 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 very common.
I'm actually really glad you brought that up, because when I took my CircleDNA test, it said that I had a deficiency in iodine.
Yeah.
And since then, I've been very mindful of that. I know that you can find iodine in foods such as oysters and salmon, I think, but mainly oysters. Oh, seaweed?
Yeah.
So I've actually
been... algae is really
exactly.
good for you,
I've been eating a lot more oysters, and I actually feel like I'm more alert. I feel like I have more energy.
Do you know why? Do you know why iodine is so important? It's actually because it has to do with your thyroid function. So your thyroid, especially for women, is so important because it regulates our hormone levels, your energy levels, your metabolism, and do you get cold a lot? I used to get cold a lot, and your temperature level. So not like flu, but your body temperature.
I did. I would always have cold hands and cold feet.
Yeah, my hands are always cold and my feet are always cold. But iodine for women, very important.
That's amazing. It sounds like you learned so much from your nutritionist.
Yeah, I did.
You kind of fed that all into your product.
Yeah, honestly, because I was dealing with a few persistent problems and I never really gotten to the bottom of it. And with my lifestyle change and as a yoga teacher, I wanted to I knew that was like in the way and I needed to fix that problem.
Do you mind sharing with us?
Yeah, so after moving back, my skin went through like a whole transformation.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was just very, for a girl, it makes a big difference, right?
Your skin is flawless now, so.
Thank you. It took a long time, it took a lot of work. So it was acne. I had a lot of acne, just came out of nowhere. And I had a lot of like gastronomical issues and digestive issues. And I realized a lot of girls tend to have these problems. Yeah. So working with a nutritionist and a functional medicine doctor, we did different tests and we found out that the root of the problem was basically I was not incorporating enough good food for myself. And because I didn't know that, I was highly sensitive to other foods. So such as like asparagus. I love asparagus, but I was highly sensitive to it.
Wow.
Yeah, and cutting out dairy was a big one, hence, Momo milk. And gluten as well. It's a big trigger.
You really need to take our DNA test because I feel like it's going to tell you all about your food sensitivity.
I'm down. Yeah.
For sure. I'll send you one later. Cheers.
Okay.
So good.
Did you get your milk like last week?
I did.
Right?
Seriously, guys, every time my milk comes, I'm so excited because it just tastes so good. It tastes even better than normal milk, and it's just that much better for you. And I just love how your brand is also sustainable. Melody sort of recycles these bottles.
Yeah, we have a milkman, like the old ways, like the milkman subscription service, so which we deliver fresh almond milk to your home. And you know, Florence was one of my first subscribers, and I'm so glad you love it. I'm so glad you're not sick of it, to be honest.
No, there's no turning back now.
Yes. And we, so every time we deliver, we pick up the old bottles, and after proper sanitization, we reuse them.
Is sustainability something that's important to you?
Yeah, because I feel like sustainability is more, it's honestly, it's your daily life. You know, whatever you eat, however you live, it has to do with sustainability. So I truly believe that we need to help the planet out of it and just, you know, do your part.
I personally really respect and admire you because I feel like you've taken two sort of turning points in your wellness journey. Like, you know, when you started doing yoga and then you started being more mindful of what you're eating and you're sort of giving it back to us by creating this brand and also by being a yoga teacher yourself.
Yeah, I think honestly, after being a yoga teacher, you want to show the best side of yourself. And through, you know, different teacher trainings, I think I've slowly learned to find, you know, what I want to do and what my passion is. And honestly, through teaching, you learn to continue teaching. It's part of your journey. It doesn't stop just on the mat. You know, it's like a continuous action.
And you never stop learning either.
Yeah, for sure. I read a lot. I listen to a lot of, you know, podcasts, and it all goes into Momo.
To be honest, I also used to think that vegan products, you know, tasted yucky. You know, I was like, oh, it looks like cardboard, it tastes like cardboard.
Yeah.
But ever since, you know, brands like Momo started appearing, I'm like, wow, you know, vegan products actually taste really good, and you can incorporate it in your daily life in many different ways, like in cereals, on toast, and smoothies. And I just also wanted to ask for your opinion on how perhaps some people think vegan products are only accessible for people of a certain socioeconomic background. What are your views on that?
So I think delicious products should be healthy, and I don't think they should be, you know, expensive.
Yeah.
Because honestly, anyone can make almond milk at home. You can easily blend up almonds and, you know, squeeze, and then you have your own nut milk. And I think I think it's a misconception, but I also understand why, because there were a few restaurants that I went to in Hong Kong, and they serve, you know, plant-based vegan food, and it can tend to be pricey. And I think, so that's why I think it's more important to educate people into how you incorporate it into your daily life. Like, how do you cook up delicious food at home? I think that's more sustainable in a way. And a lot of it is just personal. It's just knowledge. When you keep learning, when you read more recipe books, you're more inspired to make products or dishes at home for you and your family. And that's what I've been doing as well. And it's
awesome.
It's fun.
Thanks for sharing. Just last question. I was wondering why almonds as opposed to other nuts.
Okay, because I wanted to. There's this like Chinese dessert like hangyan, right?
So good. In almond milk.
Yeah, like almond tea. I don't know what you call it. I loved it when I was a kid, but obviously that is another type of almond. I always loved the nuttiness of almonds, and
I always say it's good for your skin.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
And I just haven't found a brand that really can make the almond taste really good. The ones outside are usually filled with water, you know, almond extract, which doesn't taste real. And so I wanted to create a product that tastes really almond, and really like almonds. And this, we use 30% almonds, and you can definitely taste the almonds
for
in this
sure.
brand,
And
this
it's
product.
so healthy for you. So what has your health journey been like so far?
Well, I've learned that health is actually very personal.
Health is wealth.
Health is, yeah, of course. And my health journey was that through natural products and foods, and incorporating, you know, whole, healthy, plant-based food for me that's nutritious, and avoiding, you know, processed foods like such as sugar. For me, dairy, because I'm sensitive, and gluten has really changed my problems. So they've for now they've gone away. And I think addressing the root problem is very important.
Do you have any simple guidelines for people to follow?
Okay, well, what works for me might not work for other people, but the simple guideline I follow is that try to eat whole foods.
Avoid processed foods.
Avoid processed. You know, like you see an apple, eat the apple. You see a potato, eat the potato, instead of like the packaged potato chips, you know? So less processed food, more whole foods. And I think honestly, it's pretty instinctive. Like you know what's good for you, but because we have so many choices these days, we tend to get a bit stuck.
On the topic of veganism though, you know, I realize out there's a lot of vegan processed foods, like for example, meat substitutes, stuff like that.
Right.
Would you say those are not as good for you as opposed to original food that has to be processed as well?
I mean, off the top of my head, yes, because we want to, I think where in terms of meat, I know there's like a huge debate on meat right now, but personally I think you have to know where the source comes from. You know, the quality of the meat is more important. I'm not 100% vegan myself, but I've been switching to, you know, grass-fed meat and learning to incorporate more sustainable fish like sardines. And they're actually really, really good for you. They're high in antioxidant and omega-3s. Like, you know, the sardines, but people always think because it's in a can, it's not healthy. But it's not. It's highly anti-inflammatory as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. Do you eat processed food? I mean like processed meat.
Processed meats, yeah, I just had chicken nuggets yesterday, but
yeah,
I do once in a while, but I'm pretty health conscious myself.
Yeah.
So I try to, you know, it's all about balance as well. So for example, if yesterday I had chicken nuggets, later on I'll try to have some fruit.
Yeah.
To balance it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But sorry, I forgot your question actually. Your question was on like vegan processed foods. You know, I think it's great that there are companies out there that are making these plant-based processed foods, like plant-based meats, right? That's more accessible to people actually, because when you say you want people to change their diet, it doesn't just come like this. It has to do a lot with learning your personal knowledge as well. So I think it's great that big companies out there, such as they're partnering with big brands such as like McDonald's, to create something that's more that's affordable and also pretty easy to accessible. I think, yeah. But personally, I think I've been through that hurdle, like that initial start. So I tend to focus on more whole food.
Right. Yeah. I'm really glad that sort of meat substitutes, vegan processed foods have made it much more accessible, like you said, and convenient for us to have more options to be vegan. But I think generally the rule of thumb is like the longer the shelf life, the probably not as good the food is for you.
Oh right, like this milk lasts 5 to 6 days in the fridge, and in the beginning actually a lot of people didn't understand why, and it took a while to explain actually it should not last that long. It's because the ones you find in the supermarket, they are highly temperature pasteurized, so, and a lot of additives are added.
Exactly.
And preservatives.
So if something has a shelf life of like a month, you immediately should be a little skeptical, like this product is probably not the best for me.
But we're so used to that. We're so used to convenience, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think just
be mindful.
Be mindful, and education, I think, is a huge is a huge aspect.
So tell us about what you have in store for Momo next. What's your creative vision for your brand moving forward?
Right. So for now we have 2 lines of products. So we focus on like tasty milk, vegan milk, and vegan nut butters, while trying to build this brand to educate and provide a more sustainable option for the market, for our customers and for everyone locally, right? And so I think building that would be my vision, continue building and learning, educating people, such as a lot of people, including you, ask me, oh, how do I use these in my daily life, right? So posting on more recipes and more substantial foods, such as salad recipes, breakfast recipes, snacks, ideas, where people can just easily whip up something at home. I think that is what we're trying to focus on.
Awesome, thank you, Melody. So before Melody shows us how to make delicious recipes with these products, we're actually going to play a quick health game where we demystify true and false opinions about health. And if we get it wrong, we have to drink a really gross healthy shot.
Yeah, I'm regretting that, to be honest.
Let's do this. Ooh, that looks really gross.
I'm regretting this.
But really healthy. What is in this?
Well, you asked for it. It's spirulina and barley grass juice powder.
Okay, before I torture myself, tell me why these are good for me.
Well, they have everything, like antioxidant, like all your nutrients. Spirulina, everyone loves spirulina these days, and they incorporate it into everything. Spirulina comes from algae, and it has a lot of vitamin B's and iron. And barley grass juice powder has actually 11 times more calcium than cow's milk. So we have everything we need today.
Let's go.
High cholesterol foods are unhealthy.
False. Because I don't think all high cholesterol foods are healthy. I think if you just have too much of high cholesterol foods, then that becomes healthy. Like if you have one food that's high cholesterol, but then you have other foods the rest of the day that's not high cholesterol, then I don't think it's bad for you.
So you
it's
mean
only
like
when it's too much that it becomes bad for you.
Correct.
Yes!
So I have to take a shot?
Yeah.
Here you go. Do it. In one go. Oh yeah. How was it?
It actually doesn't taste like much.
Okay.
But it's really bitter.
Carbs make you gain weight.
False. Because there are different types of carbs. I think there are good carbs and bad carbs. So because there are processed carbs such as like flour, which used to make bread and stuff. And if you overdose on that, I think it does. But if you eat the good type of carbs, which is like sweet potatoes, I think that is actually good for you. So I don't think it makes you gain weight.
I think carbs do make you gain weight because when you digest it, it becomes glucose. And if you don't use it, then that becomes fat.
But we need carbs in our daily life,
Of course
right?
you need carbs.
Yeah.
But
okay. What's the verdict?
Oh God.
Yes.
Oh God. That tastes like a troll's butt. It's disgusting.
Oh my God, we need a drink.
It's so gross. It's actually disgusting.
Okay, maybe I'm used to all of these like spirulina stuff.
Oh my God. Okay.
Low fat and diet foods are healthy alternatives.
I couldn't even process that question.
False. Low fat and diet foods are healthy alternatives, right? That's a question. So
I disagree.
Wait, low fat. Can you say again?
Low fat and diet foods are healthy alternatives.
No, because
No, you already said yes just now. You can't.
no.
Did you
I
say
said no. Yeah,
Okay.
I said no. Okay. So because we actually need good types of fat in our body.
I agree with you.
So yeah, that's my answer.
You said it first, yeah.
Oh God. Yeah. Okay. Which one's smaller? This one. Oh. Oh. I'm just gonna raise my hand.
I feel like
You need to eat small, frequent meals for optimal health.
True. Better than having one large meal and not eating for the rest of the day. I don't fully believe in fasting. I don't think it's as healthy for you as eating frequently in small dosages.
I disagree because I personally do intermittent fasting, and I think there is a scientific base. It is science based, and I think the more the more frequent you eat, you spike your insulin levels, and that really triggers. It really. I think it's true. Wait, did I say? I think it's true.
False.
I think it's false. Small frequent meals doesn't mean that it's healthy because you might be just snacking on random things such as processed foods, and I don't think that justifies being healthy. I think the duration of what you eat should be like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
What?
Yes!
Oh my god. They're all so big. Oh my god, I've already had 3.
You asked for this, girl.
Ugh! It's so gross.
Take a sip of Momo. It'll revitalize you.
High-fat foods are unhealthy.
False. Because a lot of fats could be actually good for you, like omega-3 fats.
I think it depends what type of fat we're talking about.
Yeah. Okay, well I answered first. You have to drink.
Oh god.
Cracking joints causes arthritis.
False, because it doesn't really. Why? How does that link to arthritis though?
It's false. I think
Yeah,
it's false.
it's false. Okay.
Okay.
You
We'll-
drink.
No, we'll call it even.
No.
Oh my god, I'm gonna OD from this.
You won't.
Eating before bed makes you overweight.
No. False. Because it depends on what you eat, and because I think it may make you feel bloated, but it doesn't make you overweight. It's definitely not optimal for sleep,
And
but I don't think it makes you overweight.
I agree.
Drink.
No, we agree. I think we don't need a drink.
No.
I really cannot keep this up anymore.
You asked for it, girl. Come on.
Oh my god.
This is fun.
It's bad to drink more than 8 glasses of water each day.
False, because I think everyone has different body weights, different BMIs or exercise needs. So if your body is thirsty and you've already had 8 glasses of water, you should really drink water, because listening to your body is probably one of the most healthiest things to do.
Agree.
Yay, she's catching up. Finally.
Eating fat will make you fat.
False. Avocados are a great source of fat. Come on, Florence. You're not going anywhere. Just drink it.
High protein diets can cause kidney damage.
False. Because I'm actually not sure, but I said false because I don't think it has anything to do with kidney function.
I think it does. I personally, when I was younger, trying to lose weight, I cut carbs and I only ate proteins and like veggies. And I think in the long term, it's actually not very good for you. I felt very grumpy. I felt like my skin was reacting weird. Maybe because there's too much acids in the proteins or something.
Wait, really?
So, yeah,
I've
yeah.
never heard of that actually.
Well, I've been through it.
Yeah.
So I feel like, I don't know about liver damage per se, but I don't think it's great for
Kidney
you.
damage.
Oh, sorry. I don't know about kidney damage per se, but I don't think it's great for you. So I'm gonna take a risk and lean towards disagreeing with you.
False.
So I'm right?
No.
Oh God. Damn it.
Why do people say it's true? Like just out of curiosity.
Because the way that you process protein is usually through your kidney, so if you have too much kidney, if you have too much
Kidney. Yeah. Okay, got it.
Sitting is the new smoking.
Sitting for how long?
I think smoking is no. Sorry, I think
I would say
scrolling.
I would say true. Sitting is not good for you.
For sure, it's not good.
True.
Yeah, but I answered first, so.
Yeah, it's false.
What? No.
Or shouldn't have said anything. Instant regret.
Well, we should drink together then. Come on, that's fair.
Fine.
That's fair. Cheers.
Coffee stunts your growth.
False.
Why?
I have heard this before actually. Like it's like doesn't have calcium or something, or it's not. Yeah.
Because
but
of the caffeine. Is that
I
why?
think so, but I don't agree because I think bone growth is supported, I think, by protein and calcium. So if you, I mean, your calcium needs are separate from caffeine and coffee, so I think that's false. Yay! Catching up finally!
Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
Yes. Because it's the first meal that you're breaking your fast, even though you're not really fasting, but that's the first thing to eat when you get up. And you really need adequate amount of protein, fats, and nutrients in your body. And if you don't, let's say if you eat like sugary foods, and that's not considered good breakfast food, your blood sugar level will go up and down, up and down, up and down throughout the day. And yeah, it comes from personal experience, so I know. What?
I wanted to agree with you, but I purposely stayed silent because I had an inkling that would be false.
Why?
Because it's a myth, right? Yeah.
But it's, okay, fine.
I think it affects you like, because if you eat bad food any time of day, you'll still feel bad. So it doesn't matter if it's morning or afternoon or night.
Everyone needs 8 hours of sleep.
False. Because everyone has different sleep needs. Yeah, everyone has different sleep needs. For example, according to CircleDNA's DNA report, I actually need only 7 hours or less. But I know some people who are like, I can't function any less than 8 hours.
That's me. That's me.
This girl. Here you go.
I'm actually starting to like this.
That's a lie. She's saying that she's reverse psychologying me. Psychologying me.
Eating spicy food can give you stomach ulcers.
False. Because I think it's just a sensitivity thing. I actually don't know what causes stomach ulcers, but I think I don't know. I just don't think so. Do you know what causes stomach ulcers?
No idea.
Ta-da! She's catching up finally.
Microwaving your food destroys its nutrients.
True, because according to my mom, that's what she says.
I think it's true.
Oh my gosh! Should we just both drink? Or
Fine.
I have to drink. Technically.
Oh yeah, I mean, you answered first, right? Good job, babe.
I learned so much from this. I hope you guys learned a lot from it too. I learned so much from this. Well, thank you, Melody, for sitting down with us and telling us all about your great products from EatDrinkMomo.
Thanks for having me.
And I hope you guys learned as much about vegan products as well as general health advice from this disgusting but fun game. See you next episode.